In this video, we got to talk about some truly shocking information about MMR and Halo Ranked and how, if this is true, Halo Ranked might be completely broken. And it's very important to understand that we cannot verify these claims, even if they have been verified or backed by multiple other sources. We can only talk to what people are experiencing and what other people have researched. So keep an open mind and let's break it down. But the GameLeap website is the best place. If you haven't gotten to Onyx 1600, 1700, 1800, you got to go check it out right now down below so that you can learn from high-level players exactly how to dominate your ranked games. Go check it out right now down below. Now, 2 days ago, a Reddit post absolutely blew up on the Halo Infinite subreddit, and it said this, quote, "It's official, matchmaking is broken, social games go into MMR and directly influence your ranked games even after placements. Proof inside with test account." So basically, an individual on Reddit called Real Sun Zoo had a hypothesis. The hypothesis was that there was hidden MMR that affects all of your games, regardless of whether or not you're playing social or ranked, and that the MMR will carry over between social games and ranked games. So hypothetically, if you played incredibly poor in social games and you played ranked, regardless of what your ranked rank is, you would actually get better teammates on your team and much worse opponents. Now, the actual method that he incorporated was getting a fresh account, actually intentionally do really bad or throw 10 regular games, go in play ranked to get placed, play some matches within that ranked and record the data so that you get a good benchmark, then go back into your just casual regular modes and throw again where you play incredibly poor, and then hop back to ranked and see the difference. Now, the first thing that he actually realized is after he tanked those 10 social games that he played, the first ranked match he played, he went 45-1. He just absolutely slaughtered the enemy team, and it was some of the worst players he's ever played against. As he played through his 10 games of ranked, the opponents got harder and harder, and his KD got lower and lower until finally, by the 10th game, he only had like a 4-1 KD, and he got placed in Plat 3. Keep in mind, this is a 1600 Onyx player on his main. Then after he got placed, he played 4 more games. One of the games he had a 2.7 KD and lost. Another game he had a 3.6 KD and won. Another game, a 2.1 KD and lost. And another one was a 2.3 KD and lost as well. Now, that being said, it's incredibly important to understand the difference in MMR, because in his first games, that very first game he played, it was about 300 MMR for his team and 300 MMR for the enemy team. And as he played through those first 10 games when he first got ranked, it went up from 300 all the way to like 1,100, and MMR is what he placed against. So you have to understand that that was basically starting him from ground zero in ranked all the way up to a higher MMR as he climbed. But then when he did his post placements, he had 13, 1,200 MMR, another 13, and 1,400 MMR, and he was playing against even people that were in the diamond rank and with people that were even in the diamond rank. Now, besides the fact that it took the MMR straight from the social gameplay right into his first ranked placements, things seem kind of normal. However, he goes back in and tanks another 10 social games on purpose to intentionally throw all of his social games and get his MMR substantially lower. At least that's the theory. Afterwards, he hops back in ranked, and remember, the last 4 games he played had MMR between 1,200 and 1,400, but this next game he played right after he tanked his MMR had his team and the enemy team at about 1,000 MMR, and then the next one is about 1,200 MMR, and he won the first one with 18.5 KD, and then he won the next one with 9.5 KD, winning 13 CSR and 14 CSR respectively. Now, what does this actually mean? Well, what this means is that his MMR is being directly affected from his social games, even the MMR he's playing in ranked. So hypothetically, what you could do is if you wanted to climb to a higher rank, you could go into social, tank a whole bunch of games on purpose, go back into ranked, win a couple of games, maybe 3, maybe 4, until the system is like, hey, we need to put him up against better players because he's playing really well and he's winning all of his games. And once games start to get a little bit hard, you go back to social and you throw your games again, then you hop back and it's easy games and you keep winning and winning and winning because you're essentially keeping your MMR low, very, very low, even though your rank is climbing. Makes sense? Absolutely fucking not. It's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Now, there is even more data of this being true, but from a personal experience, I only played like 2 games of social before I hopped into ranked. And in those games, I was just like looking around at the map. I shot a few people. I saw some weapons. It was like right when the game came out, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I hopped in and I played ranked, and I haven't really played any social since except for some SWAT here and there. And that's all I've done. So personally, I cannot verify any of this that much. However, based on what this person has done and the research they have gathered, it makes a lot of sense. And this actually directly correlates to the next thing that was discovered. It's a guy that played only freaking bot bootcamp matches. He actually got placed with Onyx players in every one of his matches because of high MMR. So imagine you're just a player that is just trying to play a bot bootcamp because you just want to keep getting honed. You grind bot bootcamp, you dominate the bots because they're fucking bots, and then you hop into ranked and you're up against only Onyx people, and you're playing with only Onyx players. That is just fucking insane. It makes absolutely no sense. That's crazy high MMR. And the other abusable thing to think about is this abusable to get placed in the rank you want? I know the highest is Diamond 1, right? But imagine you just grind up against bots, you go play your placement matches, and you lose like 5 in a row, but you're up against Onyx players. Then you go back into bot bootcamp, you grind and you slay out against 5 bots again, and then you go back into ranked and lose those 5, but it doesn't matter because your MMR is so high. It's like, hey, guess what? You're a freaking Diamond 1 player now. Does that make any sense? Absolutely fucking not. I don't understand what's going on. This is fucking crazy if this is true, and I have no way to know if it's true or not, but this would honestly explain a lot, and it's pretty hard to just say that these claims are false when they're backed up with people doing a lot of DD or due diligence and really getting the data out there, and that's just insane to me. I know ranked has a ton of other problems, but if this becomes abusable, this needs to be the problem that is fixed 100%. And here's the real thing that I think needs to happen in Halo. And while this might be controversial, I really believe that there should be absolutely no MMR when you are playing the casual modes. Whether you're playing SWAT, whether you're playing Big Team Battle or Slayer or whatever, there should be 0 MMR. If you are just playing the casual mode, just let people play it, right? It's not supposed to be modes that you take incredibly hard, and why are you splitting up players of all different skill sets? That doesn't make any sense. We do not want our casual modes to be harder, or maybe even our challenges to be harder, because we are better players, and when we want to take things more casually, we're thrusted into harder lobbies. It makes no fucking sense, and honestly, the fact that you actually combine ranked MMR with social MMR in the first place makes absolutely no fucking sense. Regardless of what you think, you should be played in that first game. You go play, they put you in the average rank. You get to play your first placement in rank, they put you in the average rank, and then they change your MMR from your performance in those games. Not your performance outside of ranked, not your performance in custom games, not your performance in fucking SWAT, your performance in game. And I think that's pretty obvious. And I'm hoping, I'm begging that this is not true, or something is just going wrong, something's misunderstood. But I really want to know your experiences down below. And devs, please reach out to me, man. I really need some clarity up in this hoe. Yeah, that's not gonna get them to reach out to me, but anyways, thanks so much for coming by. Please smash the like, subscribe. We're starving out here, and I'll see you next time.